Hello, it's the Mark Attwood Show, Adventures in a Cosmic Suit. How you doing? It is Wednesday, the 29th of January, 2025, in the craziest year of our Lord yet. I made a big mistake last night. I washed my hair. Never had hair this long. Women will know what I'm talking about. It's new to me, all this fluffiness. But enough about me. Interesting, isn't it? First couple of weeks of since Trump's inauguration, where he didn't touch the Bible. I've done a few videos on this on X and on Telegram, which I'll probably post up on other channels. And just reading the comments is amazing. No, he's not. He's Lucifer. No, he's not. He's the Antichrist. No, he's not. He's bringing in a new world order. Look, if he's bringing in a new world order, there's nothing you and me can do about it. So you might as well just have a laugh today, right? I mean, everybody takes it all so seriously. You're an eternal spirit. You can't die. So what you got to do is get on with stuff, right? So me and Gary Kealy, that you may or may not know, if regular viewers will know, we decided to get on with it about a year and a half ago, and we built a healing center called Live 5D Health. And if you're not aware of that, I'll just show it to you. He says confidently, flicking around the computer screen. There's a lot of gremlins today. So let me just share this with you first. If you don't know about it, this is what we did. We thought, okay, we'll build a healing center because people are dying now, right? That's the thing. People are dying right now. So we thought, let's do something about it. So we built this. And yeah, we're talking about losing weight and stuff like that, but we call it health by stealth, right? People might come in for vanity reasons sometimes, but a lot of people are coming because they're genuinely not well. And we know why that is, don't we? In most of the cases. So we brought in stuff like the hyperbaric oxygen therapy, red light therapy, UV light therapy, PEMF, which is incredible. It's my favorite one, that one. Brown's gas therapy, which is also incredible. They're all incredible. The Orinoco, which if you've seen my show before, you should know about that. That's incredible. The Roxiva, we've got light and a sound bed. Gary brought these in, a light brain entrainment device, which is like tripping, but don't tell anybody. And a sound therapy bed, which is also pretty amazing. I haven't been in it, but everybody said Gary's nagging me, and I still haven't been in it. But I've been on it under the Roxiva, but not without that. We've got holographic sound. We've got a hydrogen bar. We've got a wellness store for members. We're just in the middle of building a spa, which is going really well. We've got exercise with oxygen therapy here. And I've probably missed a few things out, so I'll bring on Gary to fill me in and tell me off about what I've done wrong. Did I miss anything?
Yeah, but it's all good. Remember, but the main thing is actually was the gremlins, and we were talking before, and the phone dropped twice, right?
Yeah.
I just realized, look at the paint.
What's going on there?
Blue paint. This is the Monetize ceramic ball paint.
Ah, so, that's what it is.
So unless my computers are wired up, because the reception drops. I didn't think until because of the storms and we had lost reception here for a few days. I haven't thought about it.
Of course.
This room, if you remember, for any of your fans, was kind of beigey, whatever before, and now it's blue. So what we did was, because the effect was so strong when we painted the center, Mark and I took a bag each to play around at home, and I did the boys' room. My two boys.
These balls, basically. Me and Gary were the first in Ireland with balls, and and we just So we got this. We're going to do a show on this very soon. I've just been crazy busy, but yeah, we painted it in. I mean, let's just go back a little bit for those that missed it. We painted the wall of the spa that we're building right now with this stuff in the walls, and it just being in there is healing, right? It's amazing, isn't it? And you've had
it's amazing because it's like some people hit a wall when they get close to it. It feels like an energetic wall when they come in, and they notice it straight away. So it's going to be really interesting to see. There's builders in there right now. I'm trying to see if they're like in better mood. But the guy was singing today. Now I don't know if he always does that.
No, I know.
Like opera.
Yeah. This morning I was like, they're singing. Who's singing?
Yeah. So they won't know, but it's happening to them. But then I did the boys' room because I wanted to feel that in the house, and it's noticeable. It is noticeable, especially when you get quiet and just stay there. The dreams seem to be accentuated or more vivid as well, and mood of the people in there is brighter.
Well, that is interesting because I spoke to one of our clients this morning, and he got a terminal diagnosis, which was incorrect from a rookie doctor about a year ago, and he got through that somehow. They admitted it was incorrect, but they still said he had serious blood cancer, and he was not well at all. And he's been coming in now for 20 days, and everybody's telling him how amazing he looks. But this morning, I said, "How's your sleep?" And he said, "Sleep, I can't believe it. I'm sleeping all night." And he said, "I'm having really good dreams, vivid dreams." And he is the only person, well, the first person we gave one of this to, which creates the third state of water, which is H3O2, right? These are somatids.
Easy water.
Easy water. I call these chi balls because they create chi. They release chi into the water, but when they're on the walls, it creates chi energy. And when you've got your phone, the reason why Gary's saying this is because I rang him before the recording this, and his phone dropped about 3 times, and I was like, "What's going on here?" And yeah, that's the answer.
That's the first time I've been on a call like that in here.
Yeah, makes sense.
And so we held, in the center, like there's windows here. So of course there's going to be, signals coming in, and in the center there are windows, so you still get it. But when we walked up and put the phone square against 2 of the walls, the Wi-Fi just dropped straight away. So it reduces it, and then, but more importantly, what we've kind of discovered over the last, and really researched a lot over the last, year, is harmonizing is better than blocking. And it does that. And if you can increase your own field, then that's the best protection.
100%. And we're doing a lot of things like this. We're investing heavily into things that you can't necessarily see in the center, which are beyond just these treatments. One of those things is the
plumbing.
What?
Plumbing.
Oh, yeah, we just got the plumbing bill. Yeah, that was a bit of a shock.
But a good thing, at least the good water will be running through it,
Well, that's what I was coming to. The water, for people that don't understand, I'm just looking for the video. So I'll just play this. Somebody keeps ringing me from Nelson in British Columbia. I don't know. If I don't know your number, I'm not going to answer the phone. Yeah, I'm going to play this quickly. Let's pull this up. For those that haven't seen it, so we installed some very special kit into we decided to do the whole building pretty much, didn't we? We wanted to make sure that because we're building a steam room and a sauna and a plunge pool, very highly advanced stuff, we think we're building the first steam room with completely beautiful water going into it, because if you go to any local authority or even a hotel for a steam bath, they're going to be pumping you with fluoride and chlorine and all the other shit, actually not doing you any good at all. So I'll just play this video quickly, Gary, because I just remembered that I made this a few weeks ago that people might not have seen. Let's pull this up. It's a little bit of a rainy day here in the west of Ireland, but my name is Mark Attwood, and I am one of the co-founders of Live5D Health, which is a healing center, health and wellness store, hydrogen bar in Boyle in Roscommon. And it's a private members club, but everybody's welcome to join. All you've got to do is sign a form. It's free to join. Now, I wanted to share this with you because here, this is a whole building. So we're in I think it's 3-story office building originally. And we've taken a lot of space on the first floor to house our healing modalities, which is red light beds, UV beds. UV beds are actually good for you. Did you know that? Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, exercise with oxygen therapy, light and sound therapy, holographic sound therapy. We're building a sauna and a steam room at the moment, and we thought it was extremely important to install something that would make those things truly healing and truly magical. So what we've done firstly is install this massive massive filter, right? So all the water coming in to the building is clean beyond reproach. But then this is the magic. This is the first one installed outside of Germany, I think. This is a device which spins the water. So the water comes through the filter out of here, and then it's spun. It's got a copper coil. It's got the frequencies, I think, 27. I might be wrong on the number. pristine wells throughout Europe encoded into it. It's got other magic stuff in it. What actually happens is that this creates living water, which is replicating nature, and it's extraordinary. So we thought this was extremely important. If you're going to have a healing center, you've got to have amazing water. The thing is with water is that if you think about the majority of municipal sauna, steam room type places. Yeah, I'm repeating what I was saying. I probably got the number wrong there. You said it the other day. It's more than that, isn't it? More than 27.
27 what?
Pristine wells.
Oh, it's 100. It's 100.
100, yeah.
Yeah, it's 100, yeah. And that vortex looks a lot smaller. It's much bigger, actually, when you're there.
Yeah, so we've invested heavily to get the water right. And as my viewers will know, water has a consciousness. And this, that with the Orinoco, with the stuff in the walls, is stuff that we're layering on top that's invisible to most people. So that the consciousness of the whole area is being affected by what we're putting into the place. And what we want to achieve is that just by being there is healing. And it is. You can see it for all the people that's coming in. And if any of you watching this that are a client, we're very grateful to you. Thank you so much. Anything you want to add to that before I move on to the next bit?
No, just we should paint that wall in there. I just looking at it going, that should have the paint too.
Yeah, we should paint. Yeah, absolutely.
It'll have a little effect on the.
No, good point. We're doing a bit of working on the go here as usual. So anyway, one of the reasons for this show is because we started this 18 months ago. We just did it on a wing and a prayer. We started with the hyperbaric oxygen and added the other stuff. We were massively fortunate to have a space where we could expand into, and we knew that we wanted to do that. And we're doing that now. This spa will be beautiful by the time it'll be finished in about 6 weeks. As long as we pay the plumber the huge bill. But it's it's really exciting, isn't it? What's going on there? Isn't it an amazing thing to be involved with?
Yeah. Well, there's no accidents. It's to say we were lucky to get the room next to it was, and it wasn't, because it was there waiting for us, And we thought, but what I did think when we moved in was like, okay, this is going to be maybe 5 years. we'll go here, but it just rolled so quickly and in such flow that it's just been wild. But to have it happen so quickly now is just amazing.
And it's just synchronicity after synchronicity. And I know that there's people watching this who say, we want to open one, and we applied, and because we did talk about franchises about over a year ago, and we did have a meeting about that. And then we decided to pause it because we're so busy trying to get it all right, get all the systems right, get the staffing levels that we needed, which we've got, and that's just happened beautifully as well. We're coming back to the franchise stuff, but we're calling it licensed partners now for various legal reasons. But we're coming back to that probably in April, May time. So if you're watching this, I did get an email this morning. I passed to Gary from New Zealand. Somebody saying we want to open one in New Zealand. Had one last week from Australia. We've had about 600 people have said that they want to do it, but we've been rethinking the whole thing based upon our experience of running the place. But if you are interested in that, all you have to do is go to live5dhealth.com, and then you'll see. I'll just show you this. There's if you go to the homepage, live5dhealth.com, and then go right to the bottom, there's a little link here that says partner with us. If you click on that link, that will take you to a page with the original video I made about the kind of vision for it, which hasn't really changed. And you just fill in your name and email there, and we will be in touch with you. We keep updating this. 580 last time I updated it, but I think there's more now. There's definitely more now. They're coming in all the time, but we haven't got time to reply to them right now because we're so busy building. Now, another thing that we realized when we started building this is that it's a very good thing for the locals, although funnily enough, the majority of our clients are not coming from town. They're coming from all over Ireland. They're coming from all over the world. But the effects, what we've learned about the treatments that we're giving is that the effects of them are huge, especially if they're cumulative, right, Gary?
Yeah. Everything is because they're natural. It's like you want the most exposure to natural things, and all the treatments do is accentuate nature, but sometimes to a massively amplified level. And so the real benefit is in relatively intensive protocols. And that's specifically true with the hyperbaric oxygen. That's probably the one that, in terms of condensing your sessions over the shortest period of time, has the most beneficial effect.
Yeah. And, you know, the first thing that we talk to people when they come in to the center is, what water are you drinking? And we try to encourage them to get a distiller. We've got a new vortex machine that magnetizes the water, adds a vortex, recreates nature living water, and then adds hydrogen to it, and then drink that with salt or a lower 7, which is our favorite addition to water. And that can solve a huge amount of problems for people if they just did that. If everybody watching this just did that, you'd be halfway there towards good health. But now we're embedding that in. Part of the membership now is, because we've got the best water in Ireland, we're offering all our members free water. Now, this is great. I mean, when I say free water, I mean, there's people spending 1,000 to 2,000 to 3,000 euros a year buying Evian and Volvic and stuff from the shop, because they're not getting, they know that their tap water is no good. So we you know, free water, we're just saving them thousands a year by, we're going to have a fountain there where people can just come in and fill up their bottles or their containers or whatever, because not everybody can afford to get all that equipment, and not everybody can afford to get a whole house system, etc. So we're trying to fix the water is like #1 problem for us. In fact, we should tell the viewers that me and you have been documenting a lot of this over the last year and a half, and I thought it'd be fun to share a little story about the curse that we lifted. Do you want to tell that story while I find a video to show people?
Yeah. So we were, well, we were contacted by, I know Mark reached out to it's the Celtic Druid Centre of Ireland, and you went to see him, and then basically we started a conversation with him, and after maybe 2 or 3 meetings, he informed us of some of the ancient history of Boyle and St. Patrick, and that Boyle had been under a curse from the man himself for that entire period of time. Now, interestingly, there's a holy well, St. Patrick's Well, which is 200-meter walk down the lawn, down the riverside, down past us, which is completely covered now in concrete, and not a usable well, but it could be. And then up again from that is where St. Patrick, who was a patrician Roman general, who was sent here to eradicate the snakes from Ireland, which was actually the Druid and the ancient wisdom. That was his role. So essentially raping and pillaging Ireland for quite a number of years with his soldiers. And he was crossing, I don't know the Irish word for it, but he was crossing like a ford type place in the water on his chariot. And you're supposed to get off and push these things. But this guy was a very, very arrogant, egotistical person, and stayed on his horses, stayed on the chariot, went over a rock, the horses bolted, he fell in, cursed, but got annoyed, and then that evening, the local Irish tribes, the youth of the Irish tribes came down and stole his horses, and he was, unbelievable.
Go on, lads.
And so from that point, he cursed the river, everything upstream, and Boyle itself, and that curse remained until we
did a whole ceremony, and we've actually filmed all of this stuff over the last year and a half. We're going to edit it all together and put this together, because the thing is not just this curse lifting, but the whole thing's quite an interesting story with the things we're doing. But I'll just show you a little clip of me and Gary getting rid of the curse, because me and him had to go around to these specific spots and do some ceremonial getting rid of St. Patrick stuff, didn't we?
Yeah. It was actually, the ceremony was on the full moon and a solstice.
Yeah. So it is a bit of us doing that.
I didn't even see this.
Love, light, and laughter to everyone with Love, light, and laughter to everyone with abundant sharing and healing. To young and old, forever and ever. Love, light, and laughter to everyone with abundant sharing and healing. To young and old, forever and ever. Piss off St. Patrick. You patrician bastard.
Love, light, and laughter to everyone with abundance, sharing and healing to young and old forever and ever. Love, light, and laughter to everyone with abundance, sharing and healing to young and old forever and ever. Love, light, and laughter to everyone with abundance, sharing and healing to young and old forever and ever. Fuck you, St. Patrick.
Nice one. I just lost half our audience.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something interesting that happened yesterday? I was at one of these sovereignty meetups, and this guy told a story of being in court. Okay, and he's watching a court case, a criminal case, quite a serious one. But the girl there came to represent her mother, and the court was noisy, and she said, "I'm here to represent my mother." Okay. And no, it was noisy. She said it again. "I am here to represent my mother." And she felt like she had to say it again because there was still noise. And she said, "I am here to represent my mother." And the judge stood up and said, "Clear the court." And the reason is the idea of saying something 3 times is a spell.
Yeah.
It can be negative or positive. She had no idea what she was doing, but what she ended up saying was, "I am. I am, I am." And the court, and literally an energy came in that the court, who are all in that dark agenda, whatever it is, signed up to a contract, couldn't deal with it, had to stop and clear the court. So when I just saw us saying that 3 times, like, there's a serious power when you say something 3 times. When you do positive incantations like that, it's amazing,
3 is the magic number.
Yeah.
And there was a Doctor Who episode called The Power of 3. Go and look that up. That's quite interesting. That was an amazing experience, and we've had a lot of them in the last year and a half. And throughout the experience of working with clients, this cumulative effect thing, a lot of people have said, there's a lovely woman here at the moment with a granddaughter come over from Scotland. They're here for 3 or 4 days because they know that they want to be in there every day and experience the treatments. But we sat and thought about this and thought about, well, why don't we put together retreats? Because we realized we've actually got a really magical place around us in the west of Ireland. We've got loads of ancient sites. We've got loads of interesting places for leisure, but we've got our own healing center. Then we've got this amazing Georgian house literally across the river, run by some people who are now our friends, who is a stunning Frybrook house. It's really high-end kind of bespoke hotel. And we were like, well, actually we could run luxury retreats here. So we've put together an itinerary for doing a retreat at the first week of May, at the end of April, the first 9 days of May. And it's because May Day, which a lot of you watching will be familiar with, in Ireland is called what, Gary?
Beltane.
Beltane. I was going to say Beltane, that's why I asked him to say it. Beltane. And Beltane is obviously a powerful day, and we've built this whole itinerary around it. Do you want to add anything to that before I show them the video about the retreats?
No, just the longer we're in this area, the more layers just get being pulled back. Do you want to tell the vampire grave thing? That's crazy.
Yeah,
Look, there's some crazy old, very, very ancient mythology in this area. And there's been a big battle between darkness and light for millennia here.
Yeah. I mean, regular viewers will know that over 5 years, I've talked about the castle in the lake here being a place where W.B. Yeats, the famous Irish poet, and Aleister Crowley, known as the most wicked man that ever lived, were there as members of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn 100 years ago doing black magic. And we've met some incredible people and heard some incredible stories recently, which we'll tell you when you come and see us, because they are extraordinary. I mean, including a vampire grave.
And these retreats will be infused with that.
Yeah,
with that lore, because I think it's really important for people to hear these stories and then to participate in the clearing and transition of that,
Well, yeah, no, regular viewers again will know that this was the UFO Society of Ireland's headquarters, because there's an intersection of two ley lines here, and the portal in the lake here. The history of this goes way back, and the castle itself was the only castle in history with no real strategic value. King John, 1,000 years ago, sent an entire army here to take that castle, and then left it 4 months later. We don't know why. So there's lots of mythology, not just in this town, but the whole country. I mean, if you are interested in Ireland and you've never read Ireland, Land of the Pharaohs, go and read that book. Look it up on Google or wherever, the search engine of your choice. You will see in that book 16 layers of black magic were put on this country. It's the heart chakra. Some people say Hawaii, but a lot of people say this is the heart chakra of the planet. And there's a reason why, because of the spiritual power of this place. So we realized that, hang on, we've built this amazing healing center, and it is amazing. Apart from the things that we've just said, we're the only place in the whole country that has all the things that we've got under one roof, and we've got more things coming. And we've got an amazing team of people there that really take care of you when you come. We've got this wellness store that's getting better and better all the time. We've got a gym being built as well. So it's quite an extraordinary story, an extraordinary situation that we found ourselves in, especially when we realized that we could actually put retreats on here. But what we've realized is that we're going to, because of the way that we're set up, we can only really put all the effort into doing a very special retreat for people that want a complete mind, body, and soul reset with the best water, the best food, luxury accommodation, with our staff on hand, with all of our treatments on hand, and an itinerary for 10 days. We think 10 days is the right amount of time to run this for 10 people. Can't do more than that. Anything you want to add before I play the video, Gary?
No, that's it.
Okay, so we decided to make a video. This is about 6 minutes long, this video, but it tells you everything you need to know, and we think a picture's worth 1,000 words. So we'll play this video, and then Gary and I will come back and talk about it in a bit more detail and answer what we might think some of your questions are. I'll go into a little bit more detail about the particular retreat. So if you are interested in coming to Ireland, and we know that 120 people have already signed up for this before we've even published it. Again, where you go is to live5dhealth.com, and you click on this little button here, retreats, and then you'll see this lovely video that was made by our good friend Kieran, and features the lovely Tara and Jane. So please watch this, and we'll be back in a minute.
Are you looking for amazing retreats in Ireland? Let us help you become the best version of you in a matter of days. Ireland is a wonderful place to retreat from the world and find some inner peace. It is a deeply historic and spiritual country, and nothing can inspire the soul more than the stunning west of Ireland. We have chosen the historic town of Boyle in County Roscommon to build our state-of-the-art clinic, Live 5D Health, nestled along the beautiful Boyle River. Our centre combines a range of therapies that cannot be found under one roof anywhere else in Ireland. These therapies need to be experienced on a daily basis over a number of days to truly feel the incredible, powerful effects. So we have put together a fabulous package for people from across the world who are looking to truly reinvigorate their health and mental well-being. Full details of itineraries, dates and costs can be found when you join our retreats email waiting list on live5dhealth.com. Our total wellness retreats use the stunning Frybrook House, only a 2-minute walk across the bridge from our centre, as your base for a range of daily therapies in our EMF protected and energetically harmonious centre.
Our activities and therapies include a wide range of truly healthy breakfast, lunch and dinner options provided by Frybrook House and Boyle's best chefs, under our strict guidance on the provenance of ingredients and their nutritional value.
A daily morning yoga session.
Red light therapy in the most advanced red light bed in Ireland to activate the mitochondria in your cells, help weight loss, reverse aging, stimulate collagen and relax every cell.
Pulsed electromagnetic field therapy to harmonize your electromagnetic field, strengthen your cell walls, and stimulate circulation and healing.
hyperbaric oxygen therapy, or exercise with oxygen therapy to detoxify and feed your cells with this essential healing nutrient on a level you've never experienced before.
A session in our luxury sauna overlooking the Boyle River.
The world's cleanest water steam room. Our water is vigorously cleaned and harmonized with nature.
Immersive light and sound therapies, including the only Roxiva and soundbed combination in Ireland, aided by the only holographic sound system in Ireland. Has to be experienced to be believed.
Quantum healing in our Orinoco healing pod. Profound spiritual experiences await you here, especially if you are an experienced meditator, but also amazing if you are not.
Daily hydrogen and Brown's gas sessions to help your body rejuvenate itself with the fundamental building blocks of the universe.
Provision of clean, structured and mineralized hydrogen water for you to consume throughout the retreat, with the inclusion of a hamper containing our best supplements.
A final light dinner with our founders, Mark Attwood and Gary Kealy, and the Live 5D team at a stunning Irish castle.
These treatments are all well-established foundations, especially if you are chronically ill
or just want to enhance your being and give your body and soul the best treat you could possibly give it.
There is a lot of information on our website about all of them, so we do encourage you to look around and do your own research on the benefits before applying to come on a retreat with us.
They are also cumulative. That is, if you experience them over multiple days, the effects are enhanced.
Of course, we're not only offering these incredible therapies on our retreats.
We want you to have a fully immersive Irish experience, as we are nestled in and amongst some of the most incredible sacred sites and landscapes on Earth.
Many know of Ireland's mystical past, being connected to Egypt, Atlantis and Lemuria.
And our centre is only a few minutes from the wild Atlantic coast.
Queen Maid's tomb,
the mystical and powerful Carrickeel,
and the caves of Kesh, among many other places of great interest.
We will make excursions to many of these on your visit, as well as a choice from some of these local delights.
A seaweed bath in the coastal town of Inishgrone. Built in 1912, these traditional seaweed baths are famous for their high concentration of iodine, which relieves all sorts of ailments from arthritis to rheumatism.
A seaside sauna and sea swim at Ross's Point. Our sauna is fabulous, but we will also take you to the charming and picturesque town of Ross's Point, where you will be able to swim safely in the sea, set against the spectacular backdrop of Benbulben.
A stunning canoe trip along the rivers of County Sligo. Very gentle exercise where you will see how the rivers of Ireland can be like the rivers of Africa, with the almost guaranteed inclusion of kingfishers.
A flight in a light aircraft across the township of Boyle, where you will experience the local lakes and mountains from a unique perspective.
A boat tour of Lough Key, our local lake which features multiple islands, a castle in the lake frequented by W.B. Yeats, an alleged interdimensional portal, and many tales of UFO sightings. Trips to the local organic markets and farms, a traditional Irish music evening in a thatched pub, a lunch boat tour on the mighty River Shannon. Our retreats run throughout the seasons of the year and are strictly limited in numbers.
So please fill out the form on live5dhealth.com today and get on the waiting list.
Not bad, that is it?
No, it's amazing. It's amazing. No. I think everyone who'd seen that, everyone who saw it in the center was like, they want to go on it. You know,
no, I was watching it going, yeah, I'd go. I mean, there's loads of things in there that we could talk about. I mean, the treatments speak for themselves, but when you realize that there's all these brilliant things around us, you know, like one of my favorites is the canoe trip, because I've done that like 10 times maybe, and it is stunning. You are when you're literally in nature, and the kingfish, I see the kingfishers every time. Can't guarantee it 100%, but they are amazing and a very nice natural thing to do. Those seaweed baths as well, they're the best in the world, in my opinion. They're just absolutely amazing. I like to go there on a Friday afternoon and have a pint of Guinness afterwards. But you know, just lots of great stuff. But the treatments really, you know, the house that we saw there in the picture, is so serendipitous that it was taken over by 3 people about 5 years ago, and it was really run down. I looked at buying it about 10 years ago, and I was like, no, this is too much work. And these guys have built it up, and it's stunning, isn't it? Because they got experience.
It's I couldn't believe it when I first walked in, and we've actually had some guests over doing different weekends, and they've all had an incredible experience there, and just amazing, because actually it was in COVID. They literally were locked in, and they just worked non-stop, just renovating it. The guy actually built loads of he put the bathrooms together, and he built furniture, and it's just a real labor of love for them. And it's really beautiful place. And the fact is, like, you can see it from the center. So if you're doing treatments, you look over the water, it's there.
It's mad. So just so you guys watching know, this is, if you want to come on any retreats with us, because the first one we're running is in the first week of May, but we're going to be running lots of them. So you need to first thing you need to do is get onto the list on this page, which is live5dhealth.com/retreats-Ireland, or just go to live5dhealth.com and click on the retreats button at the top of the page on the right. And then you can see that video if you want to see it again. Here's the form. Just fill this form in, and then this puts you on the waiting list, right? So this explains everything in more detail. We put the form at the bottom of the page. This form's getting redesigned at the moment. It might look a little bit different when you go to the page yourself. And just get on the list, because the retreat, the dates might not be right for you. The price might not be right for you. That doesn't matter. Just get on the list first. That is the most important thing to do if you're interested at any point in coming, because it really is a big reset for your mind, body, and spirit. And we're seeing it with some of the locals that have been, like I said, that have actually been ill, that are coming in regularly. And Gary's been, I'm not using it as much as I should because I'm a workaholic, but the people within the center are using it, and their health is just, it's mind-blowing how simple this stuff is, but how effective it is. So get on that email list. But if you want to come on the retreat in May, then we have put a sales page together for you, and you can pay a deposit to come on that, because we're not taking the full payments right now. And the reason for that is because there's a few variables of this. Like, so not all of the rooms are the same in the house. Some of them are perfect for a couple. Some are best for sharing. One doesn't have an ensuite. So there's slightly different variations on that. So if you want to come, I'm going to put the link on the screen for you to go and pay your deposit, which is 1,500 euros deposit. And you've got until the 18th of February to pay that. I think I said the 18th, 15th or 18th of February. And once you've paid your deposit, what happens then is that we will get in touch with you to have a Zoom call, because we want to make sure this retreat is perfect for you. And if that retreat sells out, we will then come back to you and say, okay, we're going to set up another one on these dates or another one on these dates. And then you can have the choice of coming to those retreats or not, which will be another 10-day retreat, because we think we can do 4 this year, which will be 40 people. But we've got to limit it to 10, because managing it is really, really important for us. We want to make sure everybody gets full attention. It's not like 50 people turn up and people don't. We want to make sure everybody gets all the treatments and that it's tailored for you, because there's other things that we can add in, like acupuncture, body works, a few other excursions and things like that. So when you've paid your deposit, you will then get a Zoom call with us, and then we will work out, yeah, look, this is a good fit. And then we'll take the balance then, and we'll be closing down the, how do you say, Bieltana retreat. We'll be closing that down by the end of February, so that'll all be fully sorted then. So I'm just going to show you that sales page now, which is where you can go if you want to come. Up to you, no pressure. This is not a cheap retreat, by the way, and we know that. But this is a high-end, high-intensity, amazing retreat. So this is where this is. The link for this I will put on the screen in a second. Let me just do that now, so you can all see that. Yeah, so that's tmas.tv/Bieltana, which is BEALTAINE retreat. Okay, that's where that page is. And we'll just go through this page now and see if there's anything you want to explain about this, Gary. Butt in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Bieltana is a time for celebrating the coming of summer, honouring the good people, the fairy folk. There's loads of fairy thoughts around here and loads of people that see them warding away ill fortune and bad spirits. We just thought that was a nice link. There's my son, Joe, in the PEMF with Gary, just explaining more about what's there. And then these are the protocols. You want to talk through these quickly?
Yeah, so the Super U protocol is the combination of red light, pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, and oxygen in either the hyperbaric form or the EWAT form, which is the exercise with oxygen. So both will be available depending on what you want to do. And we're having extraordinary results with people doing that regularly. And because it's working across hugely dropping inflammation and increasing energy, mitochondrial function, and they all work on different energetic pathways. So you got the red light, the electromagnetic light, and then it saturating the cells with oxygen. So super healing. And so below that is each one of the same therapy separately, because you wouldn't necessarily, you could do the Super U maybe when you're there for 10 days, you will do that between 3 and 4 times. But in between, you can still plug in the PEMF therapy or the UV or the red light, depending. And each one will be tailored to you specifically. That's part of the conversation that we're going to have. And it's also why it's 10 people, because they're going to be essentially closing the center for you guys for that period of time, or dedicating the majority of it to you guys. So after that, it's the Orinoco, which everybody will have multiple sessions in. Highly recommended. The Roxiva and light therapy, absolutely incredible. You can be on that a lot over the week and have. I saw the guy who invented that, and he said essentially it's a portal, you know. So you can really drop into different brain states, different frequencies, and have amazing experiences in there. And then there's lots of different ways to work that as well, because you can have a dark, just intense sound and vibration experience, which people actually are loving recently.
Well, most people come out of there saying, "I want to go back in. Can I go back in?" Don't they? They love it.
Yeah, and part of those is that they add in something different. They're very much peak experiences. They are like the PMF and the UV are great, but you're lying there. You're very conscious in your own consciousness. These things lift you up, drop you in, drop you out of different levels of consciousness. So they're really peak experiences. You know, with the people coming out of those things, it's just amazing to see their faces and what they actually say. But if you can plug these in to like treatments that help your health, it's also massively cleansing for your brain. So holographic sound, again, you have to experience that. Yeah. I don't know if I've explained it here, but essentially you get into a sound singularity where the sound is transmitted into your cells as opposed to just hearing it through your ears. So that one of the guys, actually, Sean, he was like absolutely blown away by that. Like, people get emotional in there. And in this retreat, what I was actually thinking, Mark, is maybe move it. We could actually move that to the venue for that week, because then people will be able to really, go deep into it. So that might be set aside for the 10 people for that week in a specific place in the house. And you basically go through a protocol. And the really way you get benefit from that is 30 minutes plus in there. And when you hear natural water, bird song, natural sounds in there, it's just so powerful. Brown's gas, that's molecular hydrogen. You breathe in every day. You'll do that. Vibration plate, sauna, steam room. They're all self-explanatory. Pain Genie, again, another incredible technology, like a little device. I'll have it right here. That's literally, if you have any pain whatsoever, it's almost instantaneous. But on the week, you will probably get 3 to 4 treatments of that. We can do the full body treatments, which are very beneficial. Morning yoga and every day, and then body work. And we have 1 or 2 incredible practitioners who don't work with us right now because we don't have the space. But when the extension is done, we'll have a dedicated body work treatment room. And again, that's going to be really, really impressive to experience that.
Yeah, and we've got a few other things like breath work and things like that we can do here as well. But I mean, you are going to be very busy with the treatments, and even things like the Orinoco. you know, if you bought one of those, it'd be £5,000, and you know, you can have. We could probably put that in the accommodation as well, where people can just go and meditate and really take a good amount of time in there, because that's extremely powerful. Currently, it's hiding because we haven't got enough space for it in the main area.
Yeah.
Because we're building. I think I'll just quickly change the screen to show them something else as well, in case you guys haven't watched it. But we have got a YouTube channel for Live 5D, and we're putting a few things up on there and on the blog. But I'll just show you this. This is the 3D rendition of the new area that we're moving into, and this is a kind of a walkthrough. This is the new front door, and our reception is going to be. And we're spending a huge amount of time trying to get this right. Apart from embedding the healing into the walls, we're going to be using a lot of natural material. That fountain there with the blue stuff is where people can come and get their water. This will be the new reception area here on the right. And then it's like a chill out area. So that we needed a bigger space, because a lot of people come in and they want to talk, and our current space is quite small. And then that's a corridor there on the right, which goes down to the treatment rooms. And on the left here is where we're building the steam room and the sauna and the cold plunge. And of course, we've had to build changing rooms as well, because you can't come to a sauna and steam room and not be able to have a shower. And so it's looking pretty cool, isn't it, Gary?
Oh yeah, when you know, it's to see it progress at this rate is it's just so exciting. Yeah. And we have actually the cold plunges sitting in the place now, all wrapped up, because it had to be delivered like 2 months ago. And that again is going to be next level. And like Mark said, all the water in these things. I was at a cold plunge a month ago, and it was awful, because I could smell the chlorine from about 3 feet away, and my skin felt awful after I jumped in. So this is going to be, you know, a completely.
Well, you know, since I've learnt this stuff, I mean, I used to like going to a spa and having a massage and then going into the pools, but your skin would crinkle up like it did when you were a kid in this room, because of all the chlorine and all the crap they put into it. And you just realize, once you're aware of this, you just don't want to go near them.
Yeah.
And it's great going swimming in the lake and the sea and stuff, but sometimes it's too bloody cold. But the other thing is, we may have these balls as well. We're getting a lot. We're going to build a bath with these balls in. Do you want to explain about that?
Yeah, 150 kilograms of those chi balls, as Mark calls them. So samatite ceramic balls that add chi force, and it's treatment that right now is only in South Korea, and there's a very high-end wellness center that runs that, and people basically are submerged. So those balls, when you put them in water, like a pint of water, half a liter of water, take 30 to 40 minutes to build up that charge. But when you put them in hot water, it happens much quicker, because it's based on the speed and the heat. So the treatment is between kind of like 36 and 39 degrees, complete submersion within 150 kg of balls and hot water. So we're looking to get a copper bath, the 150 kg of balls, and then you fill it with water, and you stay in there for 30 minutes, which I think is quite intense at the start, but you'll do the show on this, guys. So maybe what we've heard and what we've seen in terms of testimonials are just extraordinary. Yeah.
And we might not have that in time for the retreat, but we're not advertising. I'm just telling you guys about it because we're pretty excited about that.
I think we will try and get it, but guarantees. Yeah.
I'll just keep going down the page. Again, the links for this are on the screen, but also I'll put them underneath this video. Again, there's other activities that we're going to include. Like, we're going to go to the Celtic Druid Temple and have the alternate ceremony, which is always interesting. These great guys at the Druid Temple. The seaweed baths you've seen there in Enniscrone, absolutely. I'll probably come with you on that, because it's my favorite thing. There's also a sauna and a sea dip at Ross's Point, which you saw in the video there, which is a beautiful place about 40 minutes from here, but it gives you the opportunity to jump into the sea as well, which obviously we can't do in Boyle, but that's a nice thing to do. We've got the Loch Key Forest Park here with the boat tour there, the boat tour on the river, which is just down the road. We've got it. You can't come to an island without having an Irish music evening in a pub, and the markets and stuff like that. And then we'll finish the whole thing off with a dinner in a really nice castle maybe the one that some of you have been to before, maybe somewhere else. We'll decide that later. But there's going to be other things that we can bring in, which when you've paid your deposit and we've contacted you for a Zoom call, make a note of these, because we're going to want to know if you want to do these as well, so we can organize it. That'll be acupuncture, massage, breath work, energy healing. There's a little airfield near here where my daughter's learning to fly. I've been down there flying a few times. Fantastic little airfield. It's 20 minutes to drive to it, but it's a 5-minute flight over here, and you can see all the lakes around here from above, and it's a beautiful thing. If you're not afraid of flying, I'll be coming with you on that one, because I know the flying school there. They're really great guys. There's surfing as well that we could do. Gary, you've also got... We might even throw your brother in. What do you think?
Well, if people are up for it, absolutely. Yeah, that's their mountain biking expedition led by me. If anyone's interested, I'm not sure, but they're there. You know, like we want to really, you know, give people the ultimate experience of this place. And also with these things, like, don't think you have to do any or all of those. You know, like, because some people will want to just take it really back, and some people will have not necessarily a healing crisis. It's possible, and that's actually really a good thing. So those people will benefit from the deep. We have some amazing bodywork people coming. Like it is insane how good they are, and so that might be a track that someone uses more, and someone might be more energetic and want to do the exciting things. So it will really be catered for you. But I'm telling you, like, if you sit in that holographic sound in Friarbrook and look over that window out over the lake for an hour, you know, no one in the world has done that, and I can tell how incredibly healing it's going to be. So you want to mix the exciting things with the relaxation element of it as well. And everyone's coming from a different place, so that's why the call is so important.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be ill to come on it, but the truth is, everybody is to some point toxic, at least, and this retreat is really about taking that principle of removing toxins from your body, strengthening the cell walls, strengthening the cells inside, cleansing them, detoxing them, replenishing them with living water, and all these fun things that we can do together as well.
And so what we'll also do is, I think we'll include the bioresonance scan, Mark, at the start with this one. I think we'll do that. All right. So when you arrive first, you're going to get a very comprehensive energetic scan, which I did yesterday. So it gives you a full physical rundown, every organ, every joint. It goes into like way back into your physical past. It shows nutritional deficiencies, but it also gets into your auric field and finding certain, even resonance of parasites and things that are there, and it helps to cleanse them. So you get a protocol from that too.
Yeah, which is extremely useful. And that comes on to like the food. We've got a couple, quite a few amazing chefs that are friends of ours that will be, there's 2 great cafes nearby, and we'll be specially making food for you while you're here based upon what you tell us your dietary requirements are, although we will be having a bit of an input on that because we know what really helps people heal. But we'll that's the kind of thing we'll talk about on the Zoom call after you've paid your deposit. Few FAQs here. What's your comment? Just click on these when you go to the page, and it answers your questions. What's the accommodation like? You've seen pictures of it. You've seen it on the video. Is the retreat insured? You're responsible for your insurance. We're a private members association, so if you're a member, you'd have to be a member of our PMA when you come. But there's nothing complicated about this. The retreat itself, this one is going to be €6,999, but you only pay €1,500 now. You only pay the balance when we've had the Zoom call and we've all agreed with you that you're a right fit for it, and we know what other things that you need to do. So don't go onto the sales page and think it's €1,500. We couldn't possibly run a retreat like this for that smaller price. This is a serious retreat. People are going to ask, are there cheaper retreats? We may be doing shorter, lower cost retreats, but we're not currently offering them at the moment. We're just offering this 10-day retreat. The first one is in the first week of May. If we get oversubscribed, we will be creating more dates later in the year. So if you don't get onto the first one, you may get onto the second, the third, or the fourth this year. So just bear that in mind. And if for some reason we have the Zoom call and you don't want to do the other dates, we'll just return your deposit. Don't worry about that. The deposit is just to say, yeah, I'm serious, I want to come. And then we have the Zoom call. So I've already answered that about the dates. Can you come onto the retreat with your partner? Yes, you can. We have double rooms. We have twin rooms as well, so that's not a problem. If you want to book the whole place because you've got a company and you want to bring the whole team, then of course you can do that. And then if you want to cancel at any point, and I've already explained these things. So this is kind of the itinerary that's laid out there, which is just repeating what we've just said. And there's some, testimonials about our place. And then that explains, and you've got 19 days from the date of recording of this video to get your deposit in. Obviously, the faster you pay your deposit, the quicker you're going to get the Zoom calls. So we're going to do the Zoom calls in order of when we get the deposits in. So we will be, we're recording this on Wednesday, the 29th of January. So we will be speaking to you if you pay this deposit in the next few days. We'll be speaking to you next week. And that we're looking forward to that, actually, because it's very important. We've learned that you can't heal everybody. People have to have done the inner work for this stuff to really work for them. So we just want to check that, you're in the right place, that you know what you're getting into, you understand what's involved, and answer all your questions. And then just make sure we fit you in to the right room in the place, understand your dietary requirements, understand what extras you want to do if you want to do any. And then we can all firm that up from that Zoom call. So, yeah, anything you want to add to that, Gary?
Yeah, no, that's all great. I mean, when you get, see, that's the thing with the Zoom call, you're going to get quite a bit of time with Mark and I on that. And then obviously when you're here for the week, you're getting a huge amount of attention from Mark and myself and the whole team. But obviously when you get together with a group who is aligned with a focus to heal themselves and the surrounding area, and what's going on in the world now is absolutely incredible. It's amazing. It's exciting, but it's going to be volatile this year. It's going to be volatile for a little while. And so to be able to ground yourself in a place like this with that in that shared environment is going to be really, really powerful. I know it for sure. So
I forgot to tell you that before this afternoon, I had an idea of what we should actually call this retreat. I think I'm going to call it, I'm going to suggest that we call it at our next meeting, 10 Days of Lightness. Instead of 10 Days of Darkness, you know what I'm saying, guys?
Oh, yeah. We've had our 10 Days of Darkness here already, so we're good to go.
Okay, so the links are below this video. Thanks, everybody, for watching. If you leave comments below with questions, we'll try and answer those as well. But otherwise, just get yourself on the email list if you want to generally know about the retreats, long term. But the sales page is there on the screen and under the video. And the sooner you get a deposit in, the sooner we will speak to you and see if it's right. And if it isn't right, we'll just refund you. So there's no risk on the deposit. Okay, great. Have a great February, I suppose. Yeah. Thanks, Gary.
Almost there. Yeah. Thank you so much. Bye,
Cheers.
guys.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.